Good afternoon. We're back again on the Lore Masters channel tonight to continue with our Arlo, the Alligator Boy story in Tokyo Ghoul. And tonight we've got a dark twist to the story, and it'll show how creepy Tokyo Ghoul is and how it's creeping into Arlo's world. The waves gently lapped at the shore as Arlo walked along the beach, hand in hand with a person he had met only a few days ago. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. For once, the world felt peaceful, a contrast to the usual danger of the city. Arlo couldn't remember the last time he felt this calm, this happy. His date, a tall, charming man with short, dark hair and a warm smile, walked beside him, their footsteps leaving a trail in the wet sand. Arlo smiled back, his heart fluttering a little in the peacefulness of the moment. "I can't remember the last time I've seen the beach so empty," Arlo said, his voice light and content. The man beside him chuckled softly. "Maybe it's just meant to be our time. A quiet moment, just the two of us." Arlo felt a warmth spread through him at the thought. Maybe he was starting to get used to the idea of connecting with someone, of truly being seen and accepted, even in this dangerous world. They continued walking, the distance from the rest of the world growing as they ventured farther down the shore. The sound of the waves grew louder, the air heavier, but Arlo didn't mind. He felt safe. But then something shifted. Arlo noticed how the beach around them had become eerily silent. The usual sounds of the distant city or the occasional seagull were gone. The wind, which had been a soft breeze, stopped completely. Arlo glanced around, confusion furrowing his brow. "Isn't it a little quiet? I thought I heard something before." He turned to his date, but his voice trailed off when he saw his smile. It wasn't the same smile that had made Arlo's heart skip earlier. It was wide, unnatural, and far too perfect. The man's eyes, once a deep brown, were now glowing a faint, menacing red. His lips curled into a wicked grin, revealing sharp, elongated teeth that gleamed in the dimming light. "What's wrong, Arlo?" The man's voice had changed, become darker, more sinister. He tilted his head as he took a step closer to Arlo, his hands sliding slowly toward the alligator's fingers. "I thought you were enjoying our time together, but maybe I should start showing you how much you've been enjoying my company." Arlo's heart dropped into his stomach. His breath caught in his throat. The gentle, romantic evening had just turned into a nightmare. His instincts screamed, but his body was frozen in shock. What are you?" Arlo's voice was barely a whisper, his tail swishing anxiously behind him. The ghoul smiled even wider, the edges of his mouth stretching inhumanly. "I'm exactly what you should be afraid of, a ghoul. And you, my dear Arlo, are my next meal." Before Arlo could react, the ghoul, reached forward, grasping Arlo's hand with inhuman strength. Arlo gasped, pulling back, but the ghoul's grip tightened like a vice. He grinned, his glowing eyes flashing with malevolence as he spoke, his voice a low hiss. "I think I'll start by biting off your fingers. They look so tasty, don't you think?" Arlo's heart raced as he tried to tug his hand free, his claws scraping at the ghoul's cold fingers, but it was no use. His mind raced, trying to think of a way out, but the moment felt like it was stretching forever. The ghoul's eyes gleamed as he leaned in, his breath cold against Arlo's skin. "Don't worry, I'll make it quick. After all, you're just another snack in this big, ugly world." Bang! The sound of a gunshot rang out, and in the blink of an eye, the ghoul's grip loosened. Arlo stumbled backward, his heart still pounding in his chest as a new figure stepped into view. It was Edme, her eyes fierce as she held a smoking gun in her hand, her gaze locked on the ghoul. "Touch him again, and you'll wish I hadn't come." The ghoul hissed, his mouth curling into a snarl as he took a step back. "You think you can stop me?" he sneered, his eyes flicking to Edme. "I'll tear both of you apart." Edme's grin was sharp, dangerous. "You're welcome to try." Arlo, still in shock, looked at her with a mix of gratitude and confusion. "Edme, how did you know?" She didn't answer at first. Instead, she kept her eyes trained on the ghoul, never wavering. "Let's just say, I've got a good eye for trouble." The ghoul snarled one last time before vanishing into the shadows, leaving Arlo and Edme standing alone on the now desolate beach. Arlo let out a shaky breath, trying to calm his racing heart, but the fear still clung to him. That was so real," Arlo murmured, his voice trembling. Edme lowered her gun, her expression softening. "Yeah, welcome to the world of ghouls, Arlo. It's not as pretty as it seems, but as long as you have me, I'll make sure you don't get eaten by it." Arlo smiled weakly, the adrenaline still surging through him. "Thanks, Edme. I think I need to stick with you for a while." She gave him a gentle nudge with her shoulder. "Always, Arlo. Always." Hope you liked our suspenseful story tonight and how the ghouls are creeping into Arlo's world. And you'll want to join us next week for the next episode. Like and subscribe and pass it on, and the Lore Master will appreciate it so much. See you later.